Good morning when you feel replaced, when you feel like someone else has taken your place, when you feel forgotten or left behind. I want you to remember a truth that no one can ever take away from you. You are irreplaceable. Your presence, your light, your soul's essence is unlike anyone else on this earth. And no comparison or substitution can diminish the uniqueness of who you are. So often we attach our worth to the roles we play, to the relationships we hold, to the positions we occupy. And when those change, when someone new enters the picture, we begin to question ourselves. We begin to believe a lie that we have lost value, that we are no longer needed, that somehow we are less because another person has stepped into a place we once held. But Gabby Bernstein reminds us that this is only the voice of fear and ego speaking. It is not the truth of love. The truth is that no one can replace you because no one can be you. Your energy, your soul, your contribution to this world is one of a kind. People may shift, circumstances may evolve, relationships may transform, but your worth remains constant, unshaken, and eternal. When you feel replaced, what you are really being invited into is a moment of awakening, a chance to let go of attaching your value to external validation and step into the deeper knowing that your value is within you always. You are not diminished by change, you are expanded by it. You are not abandoned, you are redirected. You are not forgotten, you are being guided to remember yourself more deeply. Every time you feel that sting of being replaced, breathe into the truth that this is not rejection, it is redirection. Life is making space for something greater, something more aligned, something that honors your soul's evolution. So instead of shrinking into fear, rise into love. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Instead of mourning what is gone, celebrate what is being created. You are never in competition with anyone else because your path is uniquely yours, and what is meant for you will never be taken away by someone else. The universe is abundant, overflowing, infinite, and there is space for everyone's light to shine. Remember this when jealousy creeps in, when doubt whispers, when you feel like you've lost your place. Your light cannot be dimmed, your worth cannot be replaced, and your story cannot be rewritten by anyone but you. The presence of another person's success or role does not diminish your own. It expands what is possible. And the truth is, if you've been moved out of a certain role, it is only because you are being moved into a greater one that fits you more fully, one that allows your true brilliance to shine. So stand tall, breathe deep, and remind yourself, I am not replaceable, I am eternal, I am not forgotten, I am chosen, I am not abandoned, I am being guided. Let this truth carry you through the moments of doubt and anchor you back into the love that is your true identity. Because in the eyes of the universe, in the eyes of love, you are and always will be irreplaceable. When you feel replaced, when your heart carries the weight of believing someone else has taken your place, the first truth you must remember is that no one can ever truly take what belongs to your soul. In moments like these, the mind begins to spiral into comparison, into doubt, into stories of not being enough, and fear convinces you that you have lost your worth simply because someone else stepped into a role you once held. But Gabby Bernstein teaches that this is only the illusion of fear, not the reality of love. The reality is that you are a unique creation, a one-of-a-kind expression of divine energy, and your presence in this world is not something that can be substituted, copied, or erased. Imagine your soul as a fingerprint, completely original, completely yours, impossible to replicate. The love you give, the light you radiate, the energy you bring into any space cannot be replaced because it flows from the wellspring of your authentic being. When others shift around you, when relationships change, when roles evolve, it is not proof that you have been cast aside. It is proof that life is making space for your next chapter, your next level of growth, your next opportunity to rise higher. Feeling replaced is an invitation to let go of attaching your identity to external validation and to anchor instead into the eternal truth of who you are. It is a call to release the grip of comparison and return to love, the love that already lives inside you, the love that cannot be taken away no matter who enters or exits your life. Think of the seasons. When winter gives way to spring, winter is not replaced, it is transformed. Its purpose was fulfilled, and now space is open for a new expression of life to bloom. The same is true for you. If someone else steps into a position you once held, it does not erase your contribution. It does not diminish your worth. It simply means your soul season in that role is complete, and you are being guided toward a new beginning. Every ending carries within it the seed of renewal. The ego sees loss, but love sees expansion. The ego says you are less now, but love whispers you are becoming more. And in truth, you are never truly replaced because the impact you made, the love you gave, the energy you shared remains imprinted in the lives of those you touched. It is eternal, just like you. So when the sting of rejection pierces your heart, let it be the catalyst that turns you inward, that reminds you to root your worth in the unshakable ground of your own soul. Because when you anchor there, no change in circumstance, no shift in relationship, no external replacement can disturb your inner peace. This is where your power lives, in the decision to no longer measure your value by who stays, who leaves, or who takes your place, but instead to measure it by the love you embody, the truth you carry, and the light you refuse to dim. You were never meant to compete for your worth.
You were created to express it. You were never designed to fight for your place. You were born to stand in it, unapologetically. And the place you hold in this universe is yours alone, divinely orchestrated, eternally secure. Remember this when fear tells you that you've been forgotten. Remember this when doubt tells you that you are not enough. Remember this when someone else's arrival makes you feel like your story has ended. The truth is your story is only beginning, and the universe will always make sure that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. Trust this. Trust that life is not replacing you but repositioning you. Trust that love is not abandoning you but expanding you. Trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be, not because of who is with you or who is not, but because your soul is on its sacred path. And on that path there is no such thing as being replaced. There is only evolution, growth, and a deeper awakening to the truth that your value is infinite, your light is eternal, and your place in this universe is unshakable. Powerful truth you must hold close to your heart is that every time someone walks away, every time a door closes, every time a chapter ends, it is not a sign that you have lost, but a sacred signal from the universe that something greater is waiting for you. We are conditioned to see endings as failures, to believe that being replaced means we are no longer worthy, but Gabby Bernstein teaches that what looks like rejection is often divine redirection. It is the universe moving the pieces of your life into alignment with the next level of your soul's journey. You see, when you hold on to something or someone out of fear of being forgotten, you limit yourself, you confine your soul, you chain yourself to an identity that has already served its purpose. But when life shifts and makes you feel replaced, it is not punishment, it is preparation. Preparation for growth, for expansion, for stepping into a version of yourself you could never have discovered if you had stayed where you were. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. If the seed were to think, "I've been abandoned in darkness," it would misunderstand the process. The truth is that the seed has not been forgotten, it has been planted. In the same way, when you feel replaced, you are not abandoned, you are being planted into a new season, and from that place, growth is inevitable. This is the moment to stop asking, "Why did they replace me?" and start asking, "What is life making space for in me?" Because the more you cling to the fear of being forgotten, the less you can see the opportunity of being chosen for something greater. Replacements happen not to break you, but to awaken you. They teach you that your worth is not attached to any single role, person, or situation. If someone else steps in, let them, because their path is theirs, and yours is still unfolding. Life is not a competition where someone else's presence cancels out your significance. You are not in scarcity, you are in abundance. There is more than enough space in this universe for every soul to shine, and your light does not dim because someone else steps forward. Think of the stars in the sky. When one star shines brightly, it does not make another star irrelevant. Each shines in its own way, in its own position, with its own brilliance, and so do you. When you feel replaced, it is your invitation to shift your perspective, to stop seeing loss and start seeing transformation, because nothing that is truly meant for you will ever pass you by, and nothing that leaves you was ever meant to stay forever. This realization frees you. It frees you from clinging to relationships that have expired, from chasing validation in places that no longer nourish your soul, from doubting your worth every time life changes direction. Gabby Bernstein reminds us that the universe is always conspiring in our favor, even when we can't see it. When you feel replaced, take a breath and remind yourself, "I am not being erased, I am being redirected. I am not less, I am being called to more." And the more you lean into this truth, the more you allow life to move you with grace, instead of resisting it with fear. You begin to see that people leaving or roles shifting is not rejection, but sacred space being created for your next chapter. You begin to understand that you are not a victim of replacement, but a vessel for renewal. This awareness transforms your pain into power, your heartbreak into healing, and your doubts into deeper faith. So when that ache of being replaced tries to break you, remind yourself of this: you are never truly replaced because your essence is irreplaceable. What you bring to this world is uniquely yours, and no one can carry your soul's mission. When life closes one door, it is because your soul is ready for another. Trust this. Trust that your worth does not depend on staying in the same place, but on being brave enough to step into the unknown. Trust that the universe knows where you belong, and if it moves you, it is because your light is needed somewhere new. Trust that you were never meant to shrink into the shadows of comparison, but to rise into the fullness of your being. And when you choose to see being replaced not as rejection, but as redirection, you will discover a freedom, a strength, and a peace that no external circumstance can ever take away from you. The most liberating truth you must hold on to is that your value is not determined by who stays or who leaves, nor is it diminished by how others perceive you, or whether you are chosen by them. Your worth is eternal, your light is infinite, and your presence is necessary in ways that no replacement could ever replicate. Gabby Bernstein reminds us that when someone else steps into a role you once held, or when life moves forward without you in a particular relationship, job, or situation, it does not mean you are irrelevant. It simply means your energy, your gifts, and your soul are being redirected toward a higher calling. To feel replaced is to feel forgotten, but in truth you are never forgotten. You are constantly remembered by the universe, held in divine love, guided by a power far greater than your own understanding. The ache of replacement comes from believing that your significance depends on being recognized by others, but the healing comes when you realize that your significance is eternal, flowing from within, anchored in love and never dependent on external validation. Consider for a moment that life is not a competition but a dance. Each soul has its unique rhythm, its unique part in the music of creation. When someone else steps into a space where you once were, it does not mean the song has ended for you. It means your rhythm has shifted. Your steps are moving toward another part of the dance floor. This shift is not punishment, it is choreography. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, places you where your energy is needed most, and sometimes that requires closing one chapter so another can unfold. Feeling replaced is painful because it triggers the ego, the part of us that believes love and recognition are scarce resources, the part that fears losing its place. But the soul knows better. The soul knows that there is no scarcity, only abundance. The soul knows that nothing and no one can truly take what belongs to you, and no one can ever embody your exact light, your exact presence, your exact mission. This realization leads to a powerful transformation. Instead of fighting against the pain of being replaced, you learn to embrace it as a redirection towards self-discovery. When you no longer chase being chosen by others, you begin to choose yourself. You begin to see that your power does not lie in holding on to places or people who no longer align with your journey, but in creating space for what aligns with your growth. You stop measuring your worth by whether you are someone's first choice, and start remembering that you are always the universe's choice. You were placed on this earth with a purpose that cannot be taken from you, no matter how many times you feel overlooked, left behind, or replaced. That purpose lives in your heart, and as long as you keep showing up with courage, love, and faith, life will unfold in ways that prove you were never left out. You are always being guided toward more. And so the conclusion is this: when you feel replaced, let it be the moment you step into the deeper truth of who you are. Let it be the reminder that you are not here to compete, to beg for space, or to hold on to what is leaving. You are here to embody your light, to trust that your path is sacred, and to honor that the universe is always orchestrating your journey with love. Instead of asking, "Why was I replaced?" begin declaring, "I am irreplaceable in my essence, and I trust that what is for me will always find me." Remember that every closed door is not rejection but protection. Every shift is not loss but preparation, and every ending is the beginning of something new. Gabby Bernstein teaches us to surrender to this truth, to stop resisting the changes we cannot control, and to see them as invitations to grow. Your worth is not conditional, it is not negotiable, and it is not replaceable. So when you feel the sting of being replaced, breathe deep, stand tall, and remind yourself, I am exactly where I need to be. I am divinely guided, and I am already enough. This is your power, your freedom, and your peace. And no one, no rejection, no replacement can ever take it away.